How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the Cycle Frontier, and this is a new sci-fi looter shooter which came out last Wednesday, kind of on the same concept as Escape from Tarkov. So if you like kind of survival looter shooters and wants to try something new, this is a free-to-play game currently on Steam at the minute, and it's very good. I really enjoy it. I've played both the closed betas and I've been playing this since its release on Wednesday, and I've been playing this all solo. Now, there was also a new patch and update just yesterday which also made it so the matchmaking, if you're playing solo, will prefer and make you go against more solo players and not a load of duos, trios and squads. Now, it doesn't mean that you're never going to go against a duo and a trio as a solo. I think it just means that you're going to encounter it less often. But I just want to say, like, I feel as a solo there's a lot of advantages playing solo against like trios, duos and squads. And the good thing about playing as a solo player is you can control most of the time. If you want to engage, if you want to fight, you most probably will hear them before they hear you, and so you can use this information to decide what you want to do. Are you doing objectives and want to just kind of avoid it, and then so you can just be stealthy and just keep on moving along? Or are you pretty confident at your gunfights and you want to get into some PvP and you think, you know what, they don't know I'm here, I can set up and have the advantage to take them out, maybe try on one by one depending on what they're doing. And so as much as they have more people, I have the control. And so this is the big advantage as a solo player. You just have that sense of stealth and knowing that any footsteps you hear, you can kill, you know what I mean? Or you can get ready for a gunfight, or you can avoid it. As a solo, as a squad, trio, duo, you know, if you hear footsteps, you don't know if it's your squad mates, you got to communicate, and sometimes that gets confusing and gets you killed. I think the first few games I played with my teammate when we was playing duo, we got killed because the communication wasn't on par straight away. I wasn't used to playing in a duo. And so we got killed by a solo player because he took us out one by one. We was a bit split apart. We wasn't unsure if, you know, our footsteps were ours or someone else's. And so that 1 or 2 extra seconds that we had to communicate got us killed. And so that is a big advantage for a solo player. Now, this next tip kind of goes off the kind of thing that we're talking about, where we're being stealthy. When it comes to traveling about the map, walk, don't run, don't hold, you know, shift W. And I'm not going to say don't do that, you know, you're not allowed to do that, because if you are one of those guys holding, you know, running about, holding the old shift W and very confident, and I would feel like you're most probably not going to be watching this guide. You don't need this guide. You're a very confident FPS player and you know what you're doing. But for the people who are still learning, for the people who are not confident in getting into engagements and gunfights straight away, you know, you're looking into the more survivability of playing the cycle and doing your objectives and stuff like that, then I would encourage you to just walk everywhere. Unless you're out in the open and you need to run to the next part of cover, because sound in this game is huge, okay? You can hear people running very long distances, okay? And that is another advantage you can use as a solo player. You got no rush in a cycle compared to, say, Escape from Tarkov, where, you know, you have to get out on a certain time. You've got food you got to do and drink you got to do. You can be in the cycle raid for, I think, 6 hours. I think it's 6 hours or something. You got a very long time to do what you want to do. All right. So there's no rush. If you've got a certain objective you want to do, make sure you're walking to it. All right. And you're keeping around cover at all times. Wherever you're going, you're near cover. You're near like a side of something or a wall, or you're near some trees. And so whenever you're walking about, you should be able to hear people running. If you're hearing the people holding the old shift W, squads, solos, or whoever, if they're running about, you're most probably going to hear them before they hear you. And so again, that gives you the advantage to set up, get ready to shoot them before they shoot you. Or if you're just wanting to get your objectives done, you don't want to get into a gunfight, you can just kind of keep still, get out of the way, and just wait for the person to move on. Now this next thing kind of contradicts what I just said a minute ago, but in good reason. You also want to make sure that you're sprinting and running when you are out in the open. Okay, this is where you want to be sprinting and running, right? Where you haven't got cover and you're kind of in the open and there's many angles and many places where people can see you. Obviously you can't look everywhere, and there could be people who are also like you, walking about, keeping stealthy, looking towards those open areas. Now if you're just kind of walking and being really slow in those open areas, you're a very easy target to shoot, and so you may get sniped and shot at, and that's going to be an easy kill for them. Alright, so if you're out in the open, somewhere where there's no cover, run. Alright, you want to be sprinting to get to that cover, to get kind of out of the open. Anywhere else, when you're going around places of interest and compounds and anywhere like that, or there's a load of cover nearby and not that many open angles, then you want to be walking. So the next two things I want to talk about and kind of go hand in hand, and that is to always ensure your gear when you go into a raid, and to always use gear you've picked up from raids and from people. And this might help people out who have gear fear. I understand gear fear a lot because when I played Tarkov, when I first played it, gear fear was a huge thing for me. Like, I was afraid to use guns because I was afraid to lose them, right? And you know, you have this really cool looking gun I managed to get, worth a lot. I would take it into a raid, then die, and I'd be like, well, what's the point? I could have just sold it. Now, this is different with the Cycle Frontier, right? And I want to encourage everyone, if you get a really good gun, like a blue or purple gun from someone, and you're like, holy, you know, I don't want to use this, I might die, you know, I'd rather just sell it and make the money. This is something which can help you out. So let's look at a basic Manticore. If you go and sell it, right? If you sell a basic Manticore with no attachments on it, and you got this from a player, it's going to cost 2,700 to sell, right? Now you may be thinking, you know, I got this Manticore, I'd rather just use the white auto rifle and sell this and get some K marks, right? Wrong. I would instead, if you encrypt this and take this into a raid, not only have you got a better assault rifle over the white assault rifle, okay, so this gun's got better penetration, the recoil's better, you're going to have more success at winning with the Manticore than if you was just using a white auto rifle, okay? It's gonna be a better gun. So that's one reason. Two, if you survive one raid, you've already most probably made the money what this Manticore would have done if you sold it, all right? So it's gonna help you succeed in your raids. You're gonna make possibly more money. And this is the big one, all right? If we now say, right, we're going to use this Manticore, we're going to take it in, right? This is where you always want to insure your gear. If you put this as insurance, you got to pay 1,800, right? But you're going to get 4,500 back. Now, 4,500 take 1,800 is 2,700. It's the same price as if you was going to sell it at the vendor, all right? So if you took this into a raid and you died straight away, okay, maybe someone was, you know, near the start where you just deployed and they got the better hand of you, you died, you would actually get 2,700 for that, right? You would make 2,700 profit for using that gun. You'd get 4,500 back, but obviously you spent 1,800. So you still make the same kind of profit. You still get your 2,700 if you were going to sell it at the vendor. But if you took it in with you, obviously if you survived a raid, 2, 3, you're now making money on top of, you know, the insurance you would get back from dying. So you'd actually make more. You have a better weapon with you, which is just going to help you win more gunfights. And hopefully this just helps when it comes to gear fear, to make sure you just use those guns. There's no reason not to use it. You're going to get the same money for it if you sell it or use it. You know what I mean? And if you're just going to keep it, if you're like one of those, if you people just think, you know what, I'll just store it in my stash and keep it, but not use it. Again, this game is seasonally wiped. So every season this game will wipe. And so if you don't use a gun and it's just in your stash and you're not using it, it's gonna go at some point, and you're gonna have a wipe and a fresh start on each season. And so if you don't use it, then you're not ever going to be able to use the fun weapons, right? So always take in the best weapons you get. Don't sell them, just insure them. You're going to get the money no matter what if you die or if you go into the raid, and you're most probably going to make more money if obviously you keep on playing with it. The next tip, as shown on this next clip where I go against a 3-man team, I didn't think it was a 3-man team. I thought it was just a solo player farming. And as a solo player, you want to make sure that once you kill someone, that you wait a bit before you go in and loot, right? Unless you're completely certain that it was a solo player or there's no one about. Just wait about a bit and make sure that no one pushes the gunshots that you were firing to see, and just check your surroundings a bit before you loot your kill. And you'll see right here, I'm just literally going straight for the loot. I didn't actually check my surroundings at all, and I'm just, you know, trying to grab what I want to grab, minding my own business, and I get shot at right now. And this is his teammate, and there's another 2 people up here who are just, they're slightly separated apart because they're just doing their farming. And so now I have to then initiate into the next gunfight. Now if I just waited and looked about, I almost probably wouldn't be in a better position to take these on. This is another tip right there. Always go for the head. You see how fast that guy went down because I'm aiming for the head and not the body. Again, that person there, I aim for the head and not the body. This is another tip on top of what we're doing with this clip. Make sure you always go for the head when you possibly can, and always make sure that you don't loot your body straight away. Look about, make sure no one's pushing, and then loot your body once you think it's safe. And the last kind of tip and recommendation when it comes to like loadout is to always bring a sniper with you if you possibly can, because the sniper is literally just the king when it comes for dealing damage. And if you're against 1 or 2 players, or if not 3 or 4 players, the sniper can really do a lot of damage where it forces them to heal and put them out of the action when you get to fight someone else. So you can see here I shot that guy in the head. He is really weak at the minute, so I'm going to push him. And you'll see how fast he goes down because I didn't have to shoot him too much afterwards because of how much weak he was. Now there's a second player here. Again, I'm going to get to cover. I'm going to use the sniper to weaken him. He's now running over towards to get cover here, push me. I hit him once. I now know he's weak. I'm going to push him. My health is fine. Again, he's now going to run away and try and get health. I took him down pretty fast again. Very good loadout to use is the sniper, and I would definitely recommend using it with the Manticore if you can get hold of the Manticore. The Osiris faction is very good to level up at the start, and definitely focus on leveling them up first, up to level 5, and also doing the mission where you can then unlock the green stims. They, if you progress through the actual mission objectives and do them, I think it's like I think it's the second like main objective. Once you get that and you can get the green stims are an absolute lifesaver. So definitely a few recommendations for you guys too. Manticore is absolutely amazing, especially when you put some attachments onto it, like the 2x and some recoil control. The recoil control is amazing as it is, but if you put some recoil attachments onto it, it pretty much makes it a laser, which makes it very easy to go for those headshots, which I was talking about in the previous clip. And then the sniper just complements it really well, because if you are against more than one person, and then also if you're just against one person, the sniper really just puts a lot of damage and pressure on that person. So for now, I think I'm going to call the video there, just because I don't want to make the video go on for too long. But if you really enjoy these type of tips and would like me to go on and do more of this type of thing for Cycle Frontier, I've definitely got a lot more things I can share as a solo player. These are some of the most important ones I did want to get out first, which kind of just help complement a solo gameplay and how you should play. But just let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Please like the video, put a comment, and let me know if you want to hear more of this. I'm also going to do some live commentary while playing and going over my thought process when I'm also in my raids. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon for some more Cycle Frontier.